and welcome to another edition of Dyca TV with me, Callum Craig.
And me, Lorna Booth. In this week's show we will take a look into Dyca's latest extension, Limewood.
That sounds brilliant, doesn't it, Lorna? The students must have such a great space to do their work. I'm looking forward to hearing from the staff and students who are based there. Later, we'll also look into the Buddhist New Year.
Plus, we will look into World Book Night, which corresponds with the birth and death of the legend himself, William Shakespeare. But before we look into that, let's go to Limewood, where a reporter has been finding out about the new building.
If you come this way, we'll start our little tour of Limewood. At first, in Limewood, what we have is we've got our IT area. What the lads can actually do, computer work, working on all the PowerPoint presentations and everything else. Then we have it coming this way, we've got our art rooms. This is our first art room, designed for up to 16 students, so they can have multi-areas and working on multi-tasks, whatever they do.
What's it like working at Limewood then?
It's quite good. More space, it's good.
It's better to get away from pupils, so it's distracting.
Come through the door. We have our product design room. The product design room, again, is used for art and product design, where we can utilise all the CAD/CAM machines, the 3D machines, the laser, what you can hear printing away in the background. And also, if you actually just come this way, you can see that where we do the art, we've got all the art boards, so they can do larger scale art work here than they can in the academy. So if we come across this way, again we're going into the sort of like a square. What we do is we go through here and we go to the second art room.
I've found it a completely positive experience coming up to Limewood. It's a slightly more relaxed atmosphere. Our students seem to be working very hard. It's a great place to be. Look forward to working with many more people up here.
Here we have our second art room, designed more for the larger art stuff with the larger tables and stools, so the students can get larger print work actually out on the tables and work and do more dirty stuff with mud rock, clay, etc. and all different stuff like that. So now we come this way, now we go to the noisy area, through the main double doors, and we go into the workshop. The first workshop we get to is the engineering workshop. As you can see, it's very noisy, but it's a hive of activity as well. You'll see the sixth formers, they're actually doing the actual go-karts, making go-karts and everything. They've just been welding the frame, and what they're doing now is they're actually just grinding off and getting everything smooth, ready for spraying the actual framework. And then we come this way and we go into the second workshop, where that is more a construction product design workshop. And you can see once we come in here that we've got the product design people building their large clocks and everything, and we're also interfaces with the actual construction. In the far side we actually build walls, and we're actually building a example wall at the far end. So as you can see, this is Limewood, a hive of activity, and very enjoyable for people who come up here and have a challenge to be able to work in a more of an industrial network rather than an actual academy network. Thank you.
That's fantastic. I hope this space proves to be successful for both the staff and students who work there.
Moving on to the Theravada New Year Festival, which is celebrated by Theravada Buddhists who originate from Thailand, Burma, Sri Lanka, Cambodia and Laos. The New Year is celebrated for 3 days from the first full moon day in April.
The Buddhist New Year is dependent on the country of origin or ethnic background of the people. Happy New Year to all our Theravada Buddhist friends. We hope you have a blessed and prosperous New Year.
In the world news, China suffered a massive earthquake which measured a magnitude of 7.9. At least 156 people lost their lives and more than 5,500 people were injured in the disaster.
The powerful quake rocked Sichuan, which is located in the southwest of China, on Saturday. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families who have lost so much.
Earthquakes are natural phenomenon and to find out more, we asked specialist in the academy, Mr. Binns.
So earthquakes are basically when two plates collide. Sometimes there's also where they rub together and then there's a sudden jolt, and that's what caused the earthquake in China recently. Obviously it causes a lot of destruction and deaths and injuries. There's always secondary effects as well, so sometimes when there's a lot of heavy rainfall and mudslides will cause a lot of destruction afterwards. In Japan they have an early warning systems, okay, so they have actually a bank holiday where they actually do drills for earthquakes and practice. They have emergency kits that do like sort of the 999 procedures where they will go out and actually reenact it as well. There is a lot of destruction around the Pacific area, so there's what they call the Ring of Fire between the Pacific Ocean and Africa and North America, where a lot of the earthquakes are occurring. And also the famous one that we all know about is the 2004 Boxing Day tsunami, which was an earthquake in the Southeast Asian area, where the secondary effect of that was obviously the big tsunami wave that wiped a lot of people out at the time.
Maybe in the future, with the advancement in the technology, we could prepare better for earthquakes. Imagine all the lives that could be saved.
Now then, Miss Hunter is going to give us some insight to World Book Night.
Hello, I'm Marimia and I'm with Miss Hunter to talk about World Book Night. World Book Night is a celebration of books and of reading. It is a national event, well, it's a world event in which people are given a selection of books, usually around 20 of them, that have been specially selected in order to give them out for free to people who might not necessarily read, who they believe are going to enjoy them and gain something from them.
Why April 23rd?
April 23rd is important for many reasons, one of which is the fact that it marks the birth and death date of Shakespeare. And obviously we're all aware that Shakespeare is very important for the English language and is read all around the world.
What book would you recommend to the students in the school?
Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevlin. It was a prize-winning book back in 2004 that deals with the death of a teenager. She's run over and ends up in Elsewhere, which is a version of heaven, where she ages backwards. She falls in love and ends up questioning the meanings of life. It also deals with the concept of reincarnation, as she knows the end game is that she's going to become a baby and ends up being sent down on the river to be reborn on air.
All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think, we become. Buddha.
This means that you become what you think about it, or in other words, what you focus on grows in your life and what you take your focus away from diminishes. The mind is directing our life in the way we manifest the life around us by the thoughts and directions we take with our mind. Since everything we created around us is first created in the mind, it is the tool or the interface between ourselves and the material world.
Another quote of Buddha with a similar message here is, "He is able who thinks he is able." This also shows the creative power of the mind, and if we are able to consciously use it in that way, avoiding negative thoughts and utilising empowering thoughts, we use it in a supportive manner. And now for the weather.
It will continue to be cloudy and warm with a chance of showers.
I hope we can all learn from Buddha's beautiful teaching. Let it be the inspiration and motivation for your success.
Well, that's it from everyone here at Dyca TV.
We hope you have a great weekend, and remember, all that we are is a result of what we have thought. Goodbye.
Goodbye.